Hello guys, welcome back to Cyber Mutation. In this session, we will discuss that what are the networking essentials which you need to know while learning cybersecurity. So there are many folks who are coming from non-IT background or non-technical background where they don't know some things about internet, IP address and OSI models. So in this session, we will discuss that what is internet, what are types of IP and their versions, then what are types of network and how OSI model it explains that how internet works, some transmission protocols and port scanning. Let's proceed. So every time a question arises that who handles the internet, we have heard that government controls the internet or the internet service provider, which is known as ISP, controls the internet, but the root node is controlled by ICANN. Is Internet Corporation assign names and numbers, which handles IP addressing as well as domain assigning purpose. For example, you want to buy a website named cybermutation.com, then you will need a domain vendor like GoDaddy or Hostinger, but the root node is controlled by ICANN. They can assign domains, they can block domains, they can restrict them, and many things. And along with ICANN, there is IANA, Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, who handles IP addressing as well as DNS both, but they mainly focus on IP addressing. Then we have types of IP address. So generally we have two types of IP address. First is public and second is private. So what happens is people outside your LAN network, outside your Wi-Fi, don't know your private IP. Your private IP is only visible in your local area network, which you call Wi-Fi. If you want to know that what is your public IP, then you can just go to Google and you can search my IP address. And here you can see that this is your public IP address, which is visible to the external world. While if you want to see your private IP, then you can go on to command prompt in your Windows and you can search ipconfig config, and here you can see that this is your private IP address, which is only visible in your LAN. So these are the types of IP, and if you want to know that what are the versions of IP address, then there are two versions. First is IPv4, which we are looking here is IPv4. It is of 32 bits and it is a numerical only, while if you go on IPv6, then it is 128 bit and it has alphanumeric numbering system. So the thing is that earlier when internet was discovered, they thought that IPv4 is enough to fulfill the devices, but the devices has increased so much that we need new IP addressing system to give internet and IP address to all the devices. So if you look at this, then this is your IPv6 address. Okay. Moving on to networks. As we discussed that what we know as Wi-Fi or our own network, it is a LAN network where a small network is created. While if you look at MAN, it is like multiple LAN networks make MAN network, and with multiple MAN networks we can make a WAN, which covers states, and MAN covers cities, while LAN covers small societies and houses. Okay. Moving on to OSI layer. OSI layer has 6 or 7 layers, and all of 7 are broken into 3 main compartments. First 1, 2, 3 are responsible for physical transmission to deciding the physical path what data will take, that from which route we will send the packet to destination, while the transport layer focuses that which transmission technique will be used. Fourth layer, the transport layer, is also known as heart of OSI layer, as it decides that which protocol should be used. And then we have session, presentation and application layer. These 3 are responsible for making the data to a visible format. For example, if you are watching a video in YouTube, then the packets might come in bits or hexadecimal format, but you want to watch a video, so the encoding and converting of bits to a video format will be done on this 3 layers, especially presentation and application. while session handles the connection and maintaining the connection process. Okay. Moving on to transmission protocols, there are two types of transmission protocols. First is TCP and second is UDP. If you look at the basic difference between them, then it is that TCP takes acknowledgements of the packet sent. Like you are watching this video, then I am only speaking and I am assuming that the viewer will view the video. While when I am taking one-to-one session, I am asking you for doubt. I am asking if you understood the concept or not. That is TCP communication, where you ask the receiver that have you received the packet or not. While right now you are learning through a video, and this shows that it is a UDP transmission, where I will just speak all the concepts of networking and you will understand and you will respond in industry, or you will respond in whichever way you concern, right, by giving a good review. So these are the basic difference. Then we have types of port. So what are ports? So let's assume that your device got an IP address, right, but still you are using Google Meet, you are using Google Drive, Google Photos, you are also viewing YouTube, and you are playing a game in your laptop. Just think that all three are working simultaneously, then how will the packet know that he has to go in YouTube and not Google Meet? For that we have ports. Ports are specified to specific services which you want to do. For example, if you want to transfer a file, then generally 21 and 20 port is used. While for remote connection, we have Telnet. You can access command line through Telnet. Then SMTP and POP3 are for email purposes. Also IMAP. And HTTP and HTTPS, you will have seen HTTP and HTTPS very often while visiting sites and in very links which are shared. This both are used for accessing the websites. It is known as Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and HTTPS is known as Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secured. Now, as hackers, we are very much interested in knowing that how we can scan for ports, because ports are the entry gate for hackers. If the port is vulnerable, port is like a door in your house. If your door is open, then an intruder can easily enter if there is no security. In same way, we will search that what are the gates open in a server or a website using some tools. So here we have one tool which is Nmap, Network Mapper, which is used for port scanning on any website or any IP address. And then we have ping sweep attack. What is ping sweep attack? Just assume that you are in a Wi-Fi connected at your home and you want to check that what are the number of devices connected in my system. And for that, what you can do is you can access the admin panel of your Wi-Fi and you can check that what are the devices connected in them, and you can block them from there. But assume that you are not the network admin, okay, you don't know the password, and still you want to see that what are the devices. That is what hackers do, right? So for that, you can use the tool which is known as Angry IP Scanner. You can use this tool. It is, I guess, already installed in me, so we can learn from there. Let's just download it anyway. It is a very small tool, you can easily install it. Just double click the setup.exe file. And then just give next, install, and run. Now here you will see the interface of this Angry IP Scanner tool, and assume that what is your private IP address. You first need to check your private IP address with this command which we gave, ipconfig. Always remember this command, you will use this often, and you have to know that 192.168.0. so the thing is that the max limit of IPv4 is 255. so if a device is connected in your network, then it will be between 1 to 255 only. So let's give here 0.1, and what is the last range? It is 255. We are giving it over here, and we'll just give start scan. And here you can check that what are the open devices. The open devices will have green or blue icon, while the closed devices will have red icons. And once the scan is completed, this whole line will complete. As you can see that we have only one port open. If we scroll down, we can see that we have .100 IP. Here we have completed the scan, and it shows that it has scanned 254 hosts, and out of that only 5 hosts are alive and one has open port. So here we can see that first we have .1 port, then we have 100, then we have 102, 103 and 116, which is my PC, right? So this is how you can check for open devices in your system, in your Wi-Fi. And now let's proceed to network mapper tool, which is also known as Nmap. You can just click on Nmap and go to Nmap site, download the free Nmap and click on Windows, and from here you can use this Nmap setup.exe tool to set up Nmap in your device. I guess I have already installed Nmap in my tool, which is this. You can just execute it. It is a UI tool. So what you have to do is you have to basically take any website which you want to scan. Let's assume you want to take Angry IP Scanner. Then just copy the site and you have to paste your target over here. Remove the /ish and HTTP. Just give www.angryipscanner.org. And here you can get many scanning options, but the best one is Intense Scan, as it scans everything and it never leaves anything, especially for operating system gas ports caching. And it also takes TCP UDP scan both, so you don't need to do this TCP scan or UDP scan, and you can just give scan. See, we are getting all the open ports available in the system. We have 443, 80, 21, 990, and we will get much more information about, right? We have 4 open ports, and we'll also, Nmap will also perform operating system gas for you. You can also see open ports and host over here once the Nmap is over, and you can also check the host details. You cannot see open ports of any site by default. Generally websites have 80 and 8080 or 443 port open for web services, while these ports are rarely open because they are used for another services like FTP, SSH, Telnet. So it differs from thing to thing. And as you have seen in one of the session, or you will see soon, that you can also use Wapalizer to see that what are the technologies in the website. Meanwhile, let's see GitHub. So now coming back to Nmap, we can see that some ports are closed, right? iPhone sync is also on Angry IP Scanner. And let's see that what is the operating system guess. So these are the ports headers which are captured, and port information, that SSL certificate, what are the hash values being used, and many other things. So you can analyze and you can read all these logs to know that what are the hash values, what is SHA hash, encryption, and everything, which we'll see in cryptography. Then it also does the trace route for us, and the thing which I'm most interested in is OS guess. Nmap tries to guess the operating system according to the headers, and Nmap has found that the operating system is Linux, and these are the versions which can be there possibly, and it has also given the percentages of the guess. Generally it is all 87%, so it has shown us all. And once you have seen the Nmap done, you can see open and closed ports over here, and you can see host details where you will find operating system 2.6.32 with accuracy and many other things. So this is how you can do port scanning and network sweep attack with Angry IP Scanner. If you have any doubts, then you can just reach out to me, or you can book a one-to-one session with me.